This is a summary of Cultish, The Language of Fanaticism by linguist and author Amanda Montell. What if the most powerful weapon in a cult wasn't faith or fear, but language? This book reveals how simple, everyday words have the power to manipulate, control, and even destroy. Montell isn't writing just about the cults we already know: Jonestown, Heaven's Gate, Scientology. Her argument goes deeper. The same linguistic tricks that pulled people into deadly cults are still being used today by fitness gurus, wellness influencers, and even social media brands. Language, she says, is what makes cults work. Montell takes us first to Jonestown, where Jim Jones convinced hundreds of followers to drink the Kool-Aid. But it wasn't magic or madness, it was linguistic conditioning. Jones rewired his followers' thinking with phrases of unity and sacrifice, words like revolutionary suicide that made dying sound noble. Then there's Heaven's Gate, the group that believed they'd ascend to another planet through a UFO. Leader Marshall Applewhite used coded terms, vessels, exiting Earth, the level above human. These were used to strip everyday words of meaning and replace them with his own reality. The result? Language that made the unthinkable feel divine. And in Scientology, Montell dissects how L. Ron Hubbard built an entire new dictionary using words like thedons, auditing, suppressive persons. This insider language was so complex that followers couldn't communicate meaningfully with outsiders. The words themselves became barriers and bonds. But Montell's point isn't that cults are all in the past. She shows how the same patterns exist in modern cultish communities that might seem harmless. In multi-level marketing companies like Arbonne or LuLaRoe, you'll hear talk of boss babes, financial freedom, and manifesting abundance. It sounds empowering, but it's really the same insider vocabulary of belonging and illusion. In wellness and fitness movements like CrossFit or SoulCycle, language turns exercise into religion. You will hear slogans like "no excuses," "find your tribe," "trust the process." It's designed to create identity and dependency. Even on social media, influencers build their own cultish followings through hashtags, mantras, and brand-specific slogans. The result is a new digital faith, where belief is replaced by engagement. Montell breaks down the linguistic mechanics behind all this. Loaded language, special words or phrases that make followers feel chosen. Only we get it. Thought-terminating cliches, short slogans that silence doubt. Everything happens for a reason. You just need to trust. Us versus them framing. Dividing the world into believers and outsiders. Repetition and rhythm. Chants, affirmations, and slogans that bypass logic and reach emotion. When used together, these tools can rewrite reality. No hypnosis required. But Montell isn't here to mock or condemn. She reminds us that people join cults or cultish communities because they crave connection, belonging, and purpose. Language is the glue that holds us together, but it's also the thread that can unravel us. In the end, the book teaches us to listen more carefully, not just to what's being said, but how. Because once you start noticing the words of persuasion from self-help gurus to startup CEOs, you can't unhear them. The language of cults isn't locked in the past. It's in our inboxes, our Instagram captions, our daily conversations. And the only real defense is awareness.